Let's do a little if you liked this book, then try this book. And I go based on vibes, so here we go. If you like the fairy tale vibes of Once Upon a Broken Heart or like fairy tale retellings, I think that you should check out White Horse Black Knights. This is very much Snow White-esque. The main girl, she is God-kissed, and her gift is that she can speak to animals. So the way in which she communicates with them and they are able to help her when she's in different situations, I absolutely adore that. I adore that gift. I love animals and I love the girl in the story. And then enter in the hunter that brings her to the prince that she's supposed to be betrothed to, except the hunter falls in love with her himself. And so there's forbidden love. I love the whole thing. So if you like those vibes, I would say Once Upon a Broken Heart, YA version, White Horse Black Knights, fairy tale vibes, but spicy version. If you love the vibes of Wicked, like myself, with that strong female character who just had all these hopes and dreams to become a part of something that once she gets in it, maybe decides, so actually a little corrupt. And then that sentiment of no wizard that there is or was is ever going to bring me down. Then you need to read Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wang. I just happened to be reading this at the same time that I saw Wicked in the theater for the first time. It was so similar vibes that I felt myself getting even more emotional with the last song. I get that way anyways with that movie, and then Cynthia was literally slay queen. Now, don't go into it thinking it's a romantasy, because it's not, okay? This is high fantasy, amazing writing, amazing plot, and I just can't say enough good things about it. Truly one of my favorite fantasy reads of last year. If you love the vibes of ACOTAR and you love that fantasy with romance, but you like battles and action and plot twists and turns, then you need to read the Kindred Curse saga, Spark of the Everflame, Glow of the Everflame, Heat of the Everflame. I adore both these series. They are in my top 2 fantasy series. Truly, I love them. I adore them, and they have similar vibes. I definitely think that you would find book boyfriends in both. If you love the gothic misty feels of One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns, and you kind of love that misty, creepy forest type feel with curses and sicknesses, then I think you should check out Anathema by Carrie Lake. This is very similar. It has those gothic vibes. There is a creepy forest in here as well. It's where they put the sinners and they don't return. That is where they go to be punished. And you enter in a prince who's cursed. And I just feel like they have similar vibes. I love all 3 of these books. Literally adore them all. If you liked If He Had Been With Me, or you're like myself who did not like it at all, but you wished it had been faster paced and you wished it had a different ending, then I think you should check out Nev by Christy Ayers. I actually happened to read these almost in a row and they had similar vibes, but Nev, faster paced, the characters were more lovable to me, and I love the ending. I love Nev, the whole thing about it. Similar vibes though, in the sense that there's a boy that she's grown up with. I think this one's a neighbor. Honestly, I don't really like it, so I tried to forget it. But anyways, I think it's a neighbor. In Nev, it's an adopted cousin. So either way, they're both growing up, still has people who don't want to admit their feelings for one another. Maybe the other one's not aware while the other one's falling in love. Very similar vibes. They live next door to each other in both of these books. Very, very similar, except Nev, in my opinion, way better. It is the version that this one wishes it could be. So check it out. If you like the trials and the banter of Powerless, but maybe wished it was a little bit darker and, to be honest, a little bit different with the trials, then I think you should check out A Court of Ravens and Ruin. This is the Shadowbound Queen series, and there's 4 books in it, but they're very skinny. You fly right through them. Honestly, I liked this way better. I felt like the banter was fun, and then also the twists and turns were things I didn't see coming all the way up to the end of the series, and I felt like the trials were different. I love a good trial trope, but I do feel like Powerless I didn't enjoy as much because it was way, way too similar to me to the Hunger Games. I didn't feel like it was as imaginative. I know people love this book, but for me, it just seemed too similar. And this one, Trial Trope, I think it begins actually in the 2nd book where the trials start. But either way, I think if you liked this, you should check out this one. If you're a fan of paranormal romances like Phantasma, then I think you should check out Vessalus by Courtney L. Wynn. I thought Vessalus was super cool, super unique. The characters in there, they wear a ring, which is a vessel to a spirit who's crossed over. You are able to utilize that spirit's powers. You can use it to help you in battle and different things like that. The only thing is you cannot use it too much or too often, or you can become possessed by the spirit, which is no good, and then enter in, you know, a love story with maybe a ghost of a previous king. And yes, I absolutely loved it. Can't wait for the second book in that series. Okay, this next comparison is for my dark romance girlies. So, you know, stick with me here. You guys are gonna be like, wait, what? But anyways, if you like Magnolia Parks and like the Gossip Girl feel with the rich kids and the tortured male character and yada yada, then now keep in mind, dark romance. So take Magnolia Parks and Gossip Girl, but make it darker and more disturbing and then you might want to read Loving the Liar. So again, Magnolia Parks, not the same, okay? This is not dark like this book. However, for my dark romance girlies, if you like that Gossip Girl feel, this is a group of rich kids at the college, like literally more money than they know what to do with. Enter in a crazy obsessed MMC who's tortured it all, and then add in that they don't have someone on campus that says XOXO Gossip Girl, but they have someone else named Hermes that also posts gossip and very juicy tidbits, and they have their own signature on how they signed by Hermes. So they all kind of gave me similar feels, similar vibes. But again, check your triggers. This is not, I will say it again, it's not like Magnolia Parks in that sense. I'm just saying the group of the rich kids and like that Gossip Girl feel, but dark and disturbing. Okay? So I'm sure I'll have more videos like this because I think they're fun to do. Let me know in the comments if you know of any books that are similar to the ones I mentioned, because I do really like those books and maybe they're ones I haven't heard of or I need to add to my 2025 TBR. So let me know and hopefully you'll check some of these out.